And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Crawfordsville Athenian football right here at the Athenian Complex at Crawfordsville High School. It's homecoming night, and your Athenians will host the Lebanon Tigers in Sagamore Conference play. I'm Josh Dillon alongside my partner, Scott Smith. And Scott, last time we were on the air together, Crawfordsville got beat by West Vigo. Last week, Crawfordsville dropped their game at North Montgomery's homecoming 34-7. Lebanon last week took a victory 41-27 over Tri-West. What are you expecting out of tonight's game here on homecoming night?
You know, I expect the guys to come out inspired a little bit. You know, homecoming is always a special time in school, and you know, a bunch of events throughout the week leading up to this game. Like to see the boys come out and play hard, play inspired. The last home game we came out and played Southmont, played them really well. I mean, we actually won the second half. So hopefully we can take some of the momentum from our last home game and take it against Lebanon here. Lebanon comes in 4-0 in the Sagamore Conference, tied for the lead with Western Boone. So should be a good matchup. Maybe Crawfordsville can catch Lebanon, maybe overlooking them a little bit and sneak up on them. Crawfordsville is playing this game without their starting quarterback Cam Saunders, who sprained an ankle early in the first quarter last week against North Montgomery. So the junior Kel McCarty will be the quarterback, Josh. So maybe a little different offensive approach from the Athenians with a different quarterback.
And, of course, you mentioned Saunders getting injured. He got injured in the first quarter of last week's game against North Montgomery. Played out the rest of that game, but he struggled something fierce. 5 of 13, 5 interceptions, 114 yards. Conversely, on the other side, Garrett Harker, the starting quarterback for Lebanon, went 11 of 19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions last week. So that's something that Crawfordsville is going to have to get some pressure on him, because that sophomore, if he gets time in the pocket, he's going to sit back there and just pick you apart.
Yes, he will. Yeah, he has some pretty good genes in his family. His brother was the starting quarterback at Indiana State for a couple of years, and Garrett in an 8th grade game threw it about 50 yards in the air, and I thought, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. So you're right, Garrett Harker will pick you apart if you don't get any pressure on him back there, and hopefully the Athenian defensive line can do that. They're going to get the opportunity here early as they kick it off to Lebanon to start the game.
Yeah, Lebanon won the opening toss. They elected to receive the opening kick, and 12 minutes on the clock, and we will be underway here shortly at the Athenian Complex. Trying to catch who's back there to return the kick for Lebanon.
Yeah, their numbers are tough to read with that gold on there.
Yeah, gold on white is not a fun combination.
No,
looks like, I wanted to say number 2, but I'm guessing that might be 4, Jacob Luganbiel up on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and number 20-something here on the far near side.
And there's the kick off the foot of Anthony Cook, and chasing it back and catching it at the 1-yard line is the Lebanon return man. He'll take it to the 20, cuts at the 25, wrapped up, taken down on the play at the 29-yard line, and that's where Lebanon will start 1st and 10 with 11:51 remaining here in the first quarter.
Nice tackle by Michael Hanover for the Athenians. So Lebanon will take over their own 29, 11:51.
Taking a look at the Lebanon starting lineup, we mentioned Garrett Harker, the starting quarterback. Cameron Johnson, the starting running back for Lebanon. He had 25 attempts, 152 yards, and a touchdown last week. The receivers will be Jacob Luganbiel, Christian Knight, Jarrett French, and J.C. Reese. They will line up out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side for the sophomore quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 29. Takes the handoff. That will be Johnson running forward. Wrapped up immediately at the line.
Wow,
looks like
great hit there by, who was that, 58, Thomas Weir. Nice play by Thomas Weir to step up. Hit him right at the line of scrimmage for a short gain.
No gain, it looks like, on the play. So that'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. They'll break the huddle. They'll send 2 out to the far side for the quarterback. Now the running back Johnson behind Harker. Makes the call, takes the snap, and he'll pitch it. Running left is Johnson. Patiently cuts toward the middle of the field, gets the 1st down and more. Gain of about 12 on the play. Taken down by the secondary.
That has been the Achilles heel of the Athenians all season, is that outside containment, and Lebanon did a nice job of exploiting it right there for a 13-yard gain. So nice running there by Johnson, just following his blockers and letting him take him right upfield. So
1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Tigers still in their own territory, looking to crack into Athenian territory. Had a plastic bag rolling around on the right at the midfield logo, so that could cause some havoc here. Play action, pass to Johnson, spins out. And correction, that is not Johnson on the catch. It looks like
33.
Yep, that looks like Michael Reese making the grab. Gain of about 2 on the play. Good play on the outside. Carson Tharp comes up and makes the hit as well as one of the linebackers for the Athenians. Gain of only 2 on the play.
Good job. Good open field tackle there by Carson, because if he doesn't make that tackle, Johnson's up the field for another 4 or 5 yards. So good play by Carson, keeping him in front of him and making a tackle. So
4th play of the drive here for the Tigers. He is single back formation. 2 receivers and a tight end out to the left for Harker. Takes the snap, turns, gives. That's Johnson running across the 50. And Tharp in on the hit again, and that'll be another 1st down. Gain of about 10 on the play.
They caught the Athenians in a blitz right there. They were blitzing right up the middle, and they just ran right around it. So, yeah, they just...
Thomas Weir on the initial hit again for Crawfordsville, and Lebanon will set up 1st and 10 from the Athenian 45-yard line.
Give him a 10-yard gain on that play, Josh. So 3 carries, 23 yards for Johnson.
He is a load to bring down.
He is.
5'8", 180 pounds. So he's got a low center of gravity and a good amount of power behind him when he's going. Here's Harker out of the shotgun. Now he'll roll to his left, scans the field, throws, and it is caught. Completed.
It's number 31.
Yep, that is Grant Burns.
Yeah. Oh,
no, that was Jarrett French on the catch.
Okay.
Excuse me. Those gold numbers are going to give us fits all night.
Awful.
Good enough for the 1st down as he was able to get out of bounds.
Right at a 10-yard gain. So give Lebanon 3 first downs on this drive.
Not what you want to see if you're Crawfordsville here. 1st and 10 from the 35. Still plenty of time to stop the Tigers on this opening drive. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback Harker. 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, hands. That's Johnson running to his right. Powers through and falls forward for another couple yards. Gain of about 8 on the play.
Yeah.
Stephen Latre on the tackle for Crawfordsville. And this defense looking like they're going to struggle with this Lebanon attack, as a good balance between the pass and the run so far for the Tigers.
Yeah, and with being successful, Josh, on the run, really sets up play action and kind of freezes your linebackers a little bit. And Lebanon's going to start exploiting that probably very soon. Here's a handoff to Johnson.
Yep, running to his left, and a big hit there. Looked like that was...
he's going to lose a yard on that.
Yeah. Try to figure out who was on the hit. That might have been Jacob Brown who got in first. Loss of 1, like you said, and that's a big play. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Yeah. Last week the Athenians just couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. Let's see how they respond tonight. I know Coach Gerald probably ran them through a lot of drills here this week. Just making good solid tackles. So again, last week couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. Let's see if they can do it tonight. I imagine if you're Lebanon here, you're in two down territory though.
Definitely 2 down territory. 3rd and 3 from the 28. Last time the Athenians blitzed, they got caught on a draw, and it's another draw here to Johnson running left, finds a hole, cuts forward at the 20, and falls to the 18-yard line. Gain of 10 on the play, sets up 1st and 10 from the 18.
Well, I tell you what, he's a patient runner. He just kind of stays behind his guys, let him lead him down the field, and he just does a nice job of staying in there and picking up a big 1st down.
4th first down on this opening drive. 7:35 left on the clock. Still no score yet. And 1st and 10 inside the red zone for Lebanon. 3 receivers to the right side for the quarterback, Garrett Harker.
Let's see if they set up the play action here. Here comes the Athenians blitzing up the middle.
No play action, but Harker's just going to run it to the left, cuts inside, gets the 1st down, fights for the pylon, and gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Lebanon. And the Tigers draw first blood on a 19-yard touchdown run by quarterback Garrett Harker.
Yeah, just a nice, good draw there by the Lebanon offensive coordinator. I mean, Crawfordsville has a hard time of containment around the ends, and just give it to Harker and let him take off, and he raced untouched to the end zone.
So this will be fun trying to figure out who's making the kick. Harker's the holder. Didn't catch who the kicker was. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. It looks good, and it is no good. Wide right on the kick. So 6-0 Lebanon after the opening drive. 9 plays. 9 plays, 4 first downs. And then the big touchdown on an 18-yard run by the quarterback.
9 plays, 71 yards. Took
about
4 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock.
Yep.
And Lebanon with a quick 6-0 lead. So now if you're Crawfordsville, now you have to respond. I mean, you have to be able to put the ball in the end zone and keep this game as close as you can. You don't want to have a quick 3 and out, which has kind of been another thing that Crawfordsville's done. They played better in the second half. They haven't started well, so let's see how they come out here and get the offense going with Cal McCarty at quarterback.
Kagan Fields is the return man on the far side. Trying to catch on the near side. It's like that's Andrew Martin back to return for Crawfordsville. Still not sure who the kicker is because of these gold numbers. Doesn't help that the sun's in my eyes as well. So maybe as the sun sets, we'll be able to catch some of these Lebanon players and figure out who they are. I mean, we got the quarterback, so that's a good one to have. I got the quarterback and the starting running back now. The receivers running the routes, good luck. Fields and Martin set up at the 10-yard line on the approach. Here's the kick. It is high and taken by one of the up men. Running to his left at the 25. That is Anthony Gonzalez. And he fumbles the football. Opening turnover. Looks like Lebanon will set up on a fumble on the kick return. And that is the exact opposite.
Right.
You can't wonder how Cale McCarty is going to do as the quarterback if he doesn't get to go out there on offense. So 1st and 10 from the 33, 7:08 left on the clock. Lebanon with the football. And the lead 6-0.
Yeah, that's not the start you want. At the Crawfordsville 33.
Correct. Here's Harker back to pass. He'll throw it out of the backfield to Johnson. Makes the grab and fights forward to the 30.
Yep, good tackle by
Stephen Latre on the hit. Gain of about 4, so that could have been much worse. We'll bring up 2nd down and about 6. No score yet from Southmont tonight. Be keeping an eye on my phone to see what scores come in.
Yeah, we'll do our best to keep you updated.
2nd and 6 from the 29. Harker out of the shotgun. One back behind him. That's Johnson. 3 receivers to the near side. He'll take the snap, turn, and give. And a wide open hole up the middle. Gets through the linebackers and ripped backwards. Forward progress will take him inside the red zone. Gain of about 10 on the play and a 1st down.
That's their 6th first down. Down to the 18-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11.
Yep. And in the red zone again are the Tigers. Last time they were here, at this exact yard line, it was an 18-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Garrett Harker. 3 receivers to the right side. The sophomore signal caller out of the shotgun takes the snap. He'll give it first man up the middle, and that is Johnson fighting close to the first down. May have gotten it. We'll wait for the spot here.
Yep, down to about the 10. So give him a gain of about 8. Bring up 2nd and 2 at the Athenian 10-yard line.
We saw a balance of running and throwing on the Tigers' first possession, and this time around, they're just going to pound it right at the middle with Johnson.
Right, exactly.
It's effective, that's for sure.
He's touched the ball three consecutive plays.
Solo receiver to the left side is Jacob Lugenbiel. Harker takes the snap, throws right, pass is caught, and immediately hit by McCarty on the play.
Nice play by McCarty.
As McCarty gets out of the block.
He He may have
That was
lost the yard.
Michael Reese on the catch. And that will be a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Jesse Horton in on the hit as well.
Yep. Good job by McCarty just to get, stop his forward momentum and let his buddies come in and clean that up. So good job of open field tackling out here by the Athenians on the passes. We got to get some containments and contain this end around here. So let's see what the Athenians do here.
3 receivers to the left of the quarterback. Takes the snap and a little shovel to Johnson running, and McCarty in on the hit again as well.
Yep,
Thomas Weir.
Yep.
He has been a busy man in this first quarter. The senior, 5'8", 215 pounds, and he has been everywhere, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yep, 4th and 2 from the 10. Good job by McCarty and Weir to kind of contain that. Yeah, Lebanon, you're two down territory. 4th down, you're going to go for it here if you're Lebanon.
Worst that happens is you don't get it, and Crawfordsville has very poor field position.
Right, exactly.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right side. Here's the snap. There's Johnson running left, has the first down, and he'll be taken out of bounds at around the 8-yard line.
Bring up 1st and goal from the 5. So
Nathan Schroeder on the tackle.
Yeah, just, working that, doing a great job of working those edges.
3:33 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Lebanon leading 6-0 and marching for more here. 1st and goal from the 6.
Yep.
Luganbiel, the lone man to the left side for the quarterback. 2 receivers to his right. Here's Harker. We'll just give it to Johnson, fighting forward, able to stay on his feet, keep his balance, and finally taken down. McCarty in on the hit again, as well as it looked like the first man to him was Edgar Ruiz.
Give him a gain of 2. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 4. So yeah, the Tigers have ran
every time.
Yeah,
every play of this drive has been a run.
Exactly. No, they started with a pass, but it went to Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, they did. There are a couple passes to Johnson. Yeah. Here's Johnson again running right, and into the end zone for the touchdown. 4 yards out. As Cameron Johnson has his first touchdown of the day. I almost said second rushing touchdown for Lebanon. And with 2:37 remaining, you imagine the Tigers will go for 2 now after the missed extra point on the first scoring drive. As I'm proven wrong, unless they fake it. It's happened before.
Right, exactly.
Harker the holder. Trevor Myers is the kicker. Snap is down. Myers' kick is up, and this time around he's able to weave it into the right upright, and it's good. Extra point makes it 13-0 Lebanon with 2:37 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah. 2:37 left in the first quarter. That means we played 9 minutes and 23 seconds, Josh, and the Athenian offense has yet to touch the field.
You are correct, Scott.
Yes, so we'll see what they can do here. Got to hang on to the football, and Western Boone returns a Mountie fumble, 57 yards for the first score, 7-0 Stars.
Nice.
Early in the first quarter, so no score from North Montgomery yet.
8 plays, 33 yards, and a touchdown for the Tigers on that drive. So 2:37 left in the first quarter, and Lebanon ready to kick it off the foot of Myers. It'll be Kagan Fields again, and Andrew Martin back to return. Last time around, the kick was taken by the up man, Anthony Gonzalez. He's out there on the far side. Cale McCarty is the up man on the near side. Here's Myers on the approach. They'll kick it in the air, short again. This time it's McCarty grabbing it at the 30. Little bobble, but he's able to hold on, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line, and that is where the Athenians will set up shop for their first offensive drive of the game. So the quarterback takes the opening kickoff, and we'll see what Cale McCarty can do. As they'll break the huddle. McCarty filling in for the injured Cam Saunders.
Yep.
He'll be in the shotgun. Stephen Latre right behind him, as well as the fullback, Jacob Weimer. McCarty, little hard count there, almost got the Tigers to jump. He'll take the snap and hand it off. Latre running up the middle, and the Lebanon defense right there to bring him down. In on the hit, Sam Proctor, the defensive lineman.
Good penetration by the Tiger line right there. I mean, they got really good penetration. They hit Latre not too long after he actually grabbed the football.
So the 2nd and 10 from the Crawfordsville 36-yard line, coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. McCarty in the offense trying to get this crowd in it for homecoming night here. Anthony Gonzalez split out wide to the left for McCarty. The junior, back to pass, rolls out to his left, trying to evade the pressure, scans down the field, pops it up in a catch there by Carson Tharp. We'll see if he was out of bounds. Yeah, he was. Yep. Good effort, but kind of lost track of where he was on the field, and that'll be incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Boy, you wanted to get what would have liked to see him get a few yards there, Josh, so you're not set up in a 3rd and long situation. Now that with the Tigers having a 13-0 lead, now they can kind of pin their ears back here on the defensive line, drop some guys in coverage, and make it tough for the Athenians here to pick up a first down. We'll see what kind of offensive play Coach Gerald has in his.
Suter, the tight end, on the left end of the formation. Here's McCarty. Back to pass. Under pressure. He'll run with it, and he's hit immediately and swallowed up. As that was
Cale McCarty.
Jawan Mosley on the hit. No gain on the play, able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so no sack.
Yeah, exactly what we spoke about earlier, Josh. You don't want to have a 3 and out on your first offensive possession if you don't have to. So,
one other thing to think about is Saunders was also the punter, so it looks like it'll be Carson.
It'll be Jesse Horton.
Jesse Horton will
Jesse
be
Horton,
away.
the punter. Yep.
I was looking, I saw 81. I was like, 81. I'm looking down at the bottom of my roster and remembering that Horton also wears 53. So
yes.
he's up in the 53 area.
Right, exactly.
McCarty in there as a protector, and Horton's kick is a spinner. It hits out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, and that is where Lebanon will take over, leading 13-0, 49.9 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter.
Well, if anything, they flipped the field a little bit with that punt, so let's see if the Athenian defense can get off the field here and force the Tigers into a 3 and out.
See if the Tigers want to try to get a score on the board as this wind starts to pick up, although they're going into it right now.
Exactly. Yeah, wind coming out of the north here now. Hand it off.
Nope. Fake handoff, throws over the middle, pass is caught, and Gonzalez trying to make the hit. Now Martin he's able to break the tackle, and that is a big gainer across the 25. Huge gain on the play.
Stephen Latre had to race all the way down the field to make the tackle.
Gain of about 44 on the play. Clock stops with the first down, and that 45. Field position flip now comes right back on a good pitch and catch from Garrett Harker. I'm going to say that was Jarrett French, but I don't know for sure. I couldn't catch the number.
Number 33.
So that was Michael Reese.
Michael Reese.
He's been busy today, too.
He has.
Go ahead. First and 10 from the 24, and this could be the last play of the first quarter, barring clock stoppage for an incomplete pass or a first down. Here's Harker. Takes the snap. Gives. That's Johnson up the middle. Gets across the 10 and wrapped up. Taken down on the play. Gonzalez on the tackle. Big gain almost to the 6-yard line. It looks maybe at the 7. Gain of 17 on the play, and that will end our first quarter.
The Athenians even blitzed right where that play was ran and just couldn't make the play. So give Johnson a 16-yard gain. And he has been a busy, as you mentioned earlier, Josh, he has been a busy man.
So now 12 minutes on the clock for the second quarter. Teams will switch sides, and it has been all Lebanon here in this first quarter. For Crawfordsville, so far you have a 3 and out and a turnover on the kickoff.
Yeah. You have Lebanon for 8 first downs in the first quarter. 6 rushing and 2 passing.
I'm going to go with it.
All right.
My stat keeping abilities have been hindered a little bit today with the wind.
Yeah, your stuff is blowing pretty good over there.
And I have stuff pinning it down too. That's the best part.
I'm actually closer to the window.
I don't get it.
It doesn't make any sense. But
you got your arms on it too.
That's true. Yeah.
Sun's starting to set here, and this is the first game of the year, I think, where you can really feel like it's fall.
Exactly.
I think the weather's here to stay. I hope we can get some some consistency. Instead of 1 week having a game that's 90 degrees, the next week having a game that's 102.
Right.
And then now, a nice brisk fall evening here for homecoming night at the Athenian complex. Back to action here. 1st and goal from the 8. And Harker out of the shotgun with the back Johnson right behind him. He'll take the snap back to throw. Now rolling out to his right. He's going to throw into the end zone. And the pass is caught, but it looks like he is out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
And, I believe that was Gonzalez on the coverage, and he was in perfect position. He was in perfect position, and great coverage on the play to run the receiver out of bounds.
Right.
So it was beautiful coverage, but I really think he had a shot at that pick. I don't think he ever saw the ball, though. So the incomplete pass sets up 2nd down and goal from the 8. 11:53 left on the clock. Lebanon holding a 13-0 lead, trying to spoil Crawfordsville's homecoming night.
I agree with you, Josh. He looked like he could have just stuck his arms out there and made that interception. So I'm not sure if he knew exactly where he was on the field. This is going to be
in motion, fake handoff. Now a throw and an attempted one-handed catch there by Jarrett French. Almost grabbed it, but it'll fall incomplete. Kind of a wonky play. French was in motion across the formation right to left.
Right.
The snap came after he had already crossed the quarterback, so he wasn't a danger for the play fake, and then he faked the handoff to Johnson. And Athenians really didn't fall for that one. That was good discipline there for Crawfordsville.
Exactly. After 5 straight completions from Harker, he's had 2 incompletions here on those last 2 plays. So let's see if the defense. Again, we spoke last week. Defense couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. Let's see if we can do it here. You're going to have 2 plays here. I mean, they're not going to kick a field goal. So
3 receivers to the left side for Harker. He's back to pass. No, instead he'll hand it off. That's Johnson running right and into the end zone untouched for the touchdown. That's the 2nd one for him tonight. We'll make it 19-0 with the extra point coming up from Trevor Myers. I was expecting Harker to put it into the air again, and a little hesitation and a handoff, and that'll do it.
Yep.
Carson Tharp, the closest defender on the play, but by the time Tharp figured out where the ball was, that was it. So here's Myers for the extra point. Freshman kicker. 5'7", 170 pounds. That's not a bad size for a freshman.
No.
Harker on the hold. Here's the snap. It's good. Hold is up, and the kick is
blocked.
I don't know if it was blocked per se or if it just happened to hit the helmet of an Athenian and it was too low, but we'll take it either way. 19-0 stays your score as Lebanon will kick it back to Crawfordsville with the wind at their backs. In just a few moments here as the Athenians, last time out, 3 and out. A good punt from Jesse Horton.
Yeah.
That was one thing we had to write home about in the West Vigo game was Saunders had a punt of 81 yards.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's going to be it'll be hard for him to kick with that boot on his leg and the stretched or torn ligaments in his ankle. So definitely
but not a bad punt there by Jesse.
No, it was an excellent punt and it went right out of bounds too.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That scoring drive for Lebanon, 5 plays, 69 yards, a minute 4 off the clock. So the Tigers have scoring drives of 4:36, 4:31, and a minute 4. So
Fountain Central leading 14-3 over South Vermilion. And they've got 7-0 Western Boone. North Montgomery 6, Tri-West 3.
Wow.
So far. So that's your score updates from my sources anyway.
Right, exactly. My sources say the same thing, so we're going to go with it.
Here's Myers on the kick from his 40, and it is high end over end, and it'll be dropped by Martin at around the 10. He'll have to pick it up and run.
Michael Hanover.
That's Michael Hanover.
Yep.
Excuse me.
He's going to send down at the 14.
Number 10 on the return. And so Crawfordsville having troubles with the kickoff today, and it'll set up 1st and 10 for the Athenians from their own 15-yard line.
If you've ever been to Crawfordsville Crawfordsville, you know how hard it is to see up here in the press box. I mean, the sun is beating down right in your eyes. But yeah, the Lebanon, man, those jerseys are really, really tough.
I mean, they're unique, that's for sure.
Definitely.
I like the look of them, but I wish there was at least an outline of the numbers.
Right.
Would be great.
Yep.
So here's McCarty out of the shotgun. Latre right behind him, and Kale will drop back, looking to throw, fires to his left and too high for his intended target. Looked like Gonzalez was the man he was looking for, and incomplete pass will set up 2nd and 10. I like the Athenians putting the ball in the air. I even like the way McCarty threw it with the wind coming at him. Is you got to put a little bit more at it.
Right, exactly. I think he thought Anthony might run downfield, and Anthony ran a nice little hook, but I think Kale thought he might just keep running a little bit more. So that's going to happen when it's your first game at quarterback, and your receivers are used to another guy throwing the football. So
that's true.
See if they can get on the same page here on this drive.
2nd and 10. McCarty hands it off. Latre, good cut, and fights forward for a yard. Maybe gained 2 on the play as he fell forward. Something that's always impressed me with Stephen Latre is his patience in the backfield, and it's easy to get frustrated when the holes aren't opening up for you as a running back, but he's able to just kind of stay patient and keep everything going.
Okay. Danville leads Frankfurt 21-0. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
11 minutes on the clock here as the Athenians break the huddle. It'll be Tharp and Gonzalez to the right of McCarty. Here to the near side of your video. Here's Tharp in motion. McCarty rolling out to his left. It's a designed run play, and he will fight forward to about the 20-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. Will bring up 4th down and 4. Crawfordsville trailing 19-0. You have to expect it'll be Horton kicking it away again.
Oh, yeah. They're going to give him a gain of about 3 on the play. So bring up 4th and 5 from the 19. So another 3 and out for the Athenians, Josh. Exactly how you didn't want to start.
Definitely not. Although you could try a hard count and get somebody to jump off sides, it would be enough for the first down, or at least it would be really close.
Right.
Would give Coach Gerald a decision.
Looks like Jesse Horton's back to punt again.
Kicking into the wind this time.
As low and line drive as the last one was, it might be okay.
It's a high end over end kick this time, and it'll bounce and take a Lebanon bounce, and Hanover goes up and knocks it down and then has to chase it down to touch it. You got to be able to keep the ball down to down it. So Lebanon will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Crawfordsville 39-yard line. Net of only 20 yards on the punt, high into the wind, and that bounce didn't help either.
No, it did not. No, he got a really good bounce on the first punt. This one just came right back towards him. So, again, punting into that, it's a nice stiff wind at this point, but flag's standing straight out, so probably a good 2 knots, maybe. I don't know. I'm not even sure what a knot is. So we'll say maybe 5-10 miles an hour.
And it's even higher as the ball as you continue to go up into the air.
Exactly.
So here come the Tigers, leading 19-0. Scored a touchdown on their last drive, and that's a throw.
That might be grounding.
It could be.
There was nobody over there. There was nobody over there. I mean, it looks like they were trying to set up a screenplay there, Josh, because they let the Athenian front 5 in, and that should have been grounding. I don't know why it wasn't.
We'll see. And Coach Gerald has given the signal to the officials. But looks like they're not going to agree with this one.
Yeah, the line judge over here was standing about the 40-yard line, and if he looked around, the nearest guy was 7-8 yards up the field, so I'm not sure why he wasn't outside the tackle, so I'm not sure why we didn't get a grounding call on that.
I'm surprised Coach hasn't called timeout to have the discussion now at this point.
Yeah.
Here's Harker. Will hand it to Johnson. Tripped up, and a nice job. Jacob Weimer, the linebacker, getting in the...
Weimer blitzed it in exactly the right hole, and Johnson got the ball and was able to bring him down, so 3rd and 10.
Well, if it wasn't difficult enough to read the Lebanon numbers, we've got some colored powder flying across for homecoming.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yep.
It's powder?
I'm not quite sure what it is.
Or maybe from the grill. I wonder if the grill caught fire.
Now, they're doing something over there. I can see them to the right in the student section. They're dumping something out.
Oh, there's yellow powder. Okay.
3rd and 10. Harker back to throw. Throws to his right. Pass is caught at the 30 and fighting across the 25, and thrown down at the 20-yard line. big catch and run for Lebanon. Gain of 20 on the play will bring up a first down.
Was it 21?
Yep, Jarrett. It likely was Jarrett French. He's one of their top receivers. Last week had a 58-yard interception return, and the other guy you got to watch out for, J.C. Reese. He caught an 87-yard touchdown last week against Tri-West.
Really?
Yeah, that's a guy you definitely want to watch out for. That's number 24. Good luck spotting number 24, but
right, exactly.
1st and 10 from the Crawfordsville 23. Here's Johnson, takes the handoff and runs to his right, fights across the first down yard line, dives for the pylon. Is he in? Looking for a signal. They're going to spot him just short. Gain of about 21 on the play will bring it 1st and goal from the 2. And, something that we've seen from the NFL recently in terms of that stretch for the pylon, have to be very careful, because if you lose control and the ball is loose when it hits the pylon, that's actually a touchback.
Right, exactly.
And the opposing team would get the ball at the 20. So Johnson able to hold on to it that time as he was lunging for the pylon. Sets up 1st and goal from the 2.
Okay, thank
you. 2 receivers to the left side for the quarterback, Harker. Takes the snap. Hands, that's not Johnson this time on the run up the middle. I think that was maybe Gage Miller or Michael Reese on the run up the middle. And that'll be a touchdown for Lebanon from 2 yards out.
We'll say it's 21.
21, so that would be French. See, I was looking, I thought I saw his number started with a 3, but it could have been a 2. It's
I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't think we even know who scored it.
I'm not even sure if they know who scored it. So here's Myers for the extra point, trying to make it 26-0. Snap is high, brought down by the quarterback Harker, and the kick is up and good. So a good adjustment by the special teams for the Tigers makes it 26-0. 8:22 remaining here in the first half, as Lebanon is playing spoiler to Crawfordsville's homecoming night.
5-play, 40 yards, minute 35 off the clock.
Set up by a high punt and a 3-and-out from the Athenians.
Exactly.
Crawfordsville has had trouble receiving kickoffs today. We'll see if that continues, as we've had one fumble on the opening, well, not the opening kickoff of the game, but the first kickoff that Crawfordsville received. And then we had another fumble that was recovered by Michael Hanover, and then he was able to gain a little bit more yardage.
Right.
And Hanover will be back there again this time. As well as Andrew Martin. Excuse me, that's not Martin, that's Kagan Fields, the freshman, on the near side of the field. High end over end kick. They're going to go for Hanover again. He catches it at the 10, gets across the 15 to the 20, looking for some space to the outside.
Oh, but he fumbled it.
And the ball is on the ground. Looks like Crawford's able to fall on it, as that stiff arm, he was able to fend off the defender, but then lost the football in the process. So 1st and 10 from the 15, it looks like. As Crawfordsville will once again struggle with field position. 8:14 on the clock, trailing 26-0, and we'll see what the offense can do to make some adjustments and get out of this 3-and-out territory.
Right, exactly.
McCarty out of the pistol with Latre right behind him. He'll take the snap, hand off up the middle, and Latre pushed back by 3 Lebanon linemen. Looks like all 3 of them got a hold of Stephen Latre and threw him back. Able to fight back to the line of scrimmage, however, so
it looks like they're going to give him a gain of 1, maybe.
They'll give him 1. One of the Athenian offensive linemen got shoved out of the play as well. He was doing somersaults 8 yards behind the quarterback. That's not a good sign.
No.
But the good news is he was doing that 8 yards behind the quarterback, but the ball was 3 yards forward.
Right,
so
exactly.
He still did his job very admirably. 7:35 on the clock. Gonzalez split out wide to the left for McCarty. Looks like Tharp in the slot. He'll motion across the formation, and he'll fake the handoff, and that's a nice play by McCarty to keep it.
That was a great read by McCarty.
Turned what would have been a loss of about 3 into a gain of 4.
Right.
So We can't give him 7 yards on the play, but we can give him the gain of 4 and close. Now making it 3rd and short. Crawfordsville searching for that first down to give their defense a little bit of a breather here.
That's Crawfordsville's longest play from scrimmage. 8-yard carry by McCarty.
3rd and 1. The longest yard on the field.
Yep.
You need 1 yard to get anything, whether it's a touchdown or a first down. 2 receivers to the left for McCarty, trying to get the defense to jump off sides, can't do it. And he'll hand it off. Latre wrapped up, spun forward. It's close.
They gave him the first down.
They'll give it to him. Crawfordsville gets their first down. 6:34 left in the first half. The Athenians trail 26-0. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Good play by Latre, able to spin forward and get that yard. That's good field awareness.
He does a nice job of keeping his feet moving even after he gets hit. And
he got hit in the backfield.
There, yeah. I mean, he got hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still spun forward to pick up 3 and get the first down.
McCarty out of the shotgun. Tharp motioning across again. This time he will keep it again as McCarty faked the handoff to Tharp, fought forward for a gain of about 3.
Yep.
And that play is effective so far. At some point, you got to hand it to him, though. Otherwise, people are just going to key on your quarterback.
Right. But you know what? That's one way to take advantage of a very over-aggressive defense.
That's true.
Is to run a play, run a play to one side and then keep the ball and cut back. So,
give him 4 on the gain for the quarterback. Brings up 2nd down and 6. That was a longer huddle for Crawfordsville.
It was.
Only 10 on the play clock here for McCarty.
At this point, you want to see him be able to go down, put it in the end zone, get the ball to start the second half. I know we're a long way away, but
this will be Latre.
Yep.
Latre fighting forward. Good gain, about 4 more yards. We'll bring up another 3rd and short, and the rushing attack doing some work here for Crawfordsville, whether it's McCarty or Latre with the football.
Yep. Nice job by the offensive line getting some push. Latre was able to make it about 3 or 4 yards down the field before he was actually hit. So, good job by the Athenian offensive line firing off the ball and moving some defensive players back.
Chad Irvin, the left guard, opening up a hole on that one. Here's Gonzalez and Tharp to the near side for McCarty. He'll take the snap. Good pitch, looking for Weimer, it looks like, and rolling forward well ahead of the first down. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. It is not Weimer, that is Latre.
Yep. Give Crawfordsville their second rushing first down of the game, out to the 41-yard line.
Second of the drive, second of the game, and some more clock eaten up for the Athenians here. 4:25 remaining in this first half. Crawfordsville still has about 69 yards to go to get into the end zone.
Yeah, but you like the way this drive started. I mean, picking up chunks of yardage and getting positive plays on almost everything here. So.
Pretty bunched up on the side, and the reverse attempt here to Tharp, and it's on the ground. He's able to dive on it, but that's going to be a big loss on the play. Loss of about 7, and Crawfordsville, you don't want to use the term too cute, but that one might have been a case where you wonder if Tharp was looking downfield, if it was supposed to be a pass, or if, it just didn't quite develop the way Crawfordsville would have liked it to. We'll never know, but, that's just...
Look like I don't know who's to blame, but it looks like Carson may have been just a little bit too far away from the tray. The tray put it out there, and Carson may have been 3 or 4 yards away. So
2nd down and 18. Crawfordsville backed up on their own 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side for McCarty. You have to imagine they're going to want to throw here. He's back to throw, has a little bit of time, now scrambling to his left, keeps his eyes downfield, in trouble, gets away from some pressure, and now he's going to keep running. And tripped up, sacked 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 20. If you're McCarty there, give him credit for buying the time. But at some point in time, you got to let it fly.
Right, exactly. You had Peyton Suter right out here in the flat. But when you're running for your life, it's hard to see somebody standing.
That's true.
Somewhere downfield. So
especially in your first live action as a quarterback this season.
Right. But good job by Cale, because if they would have got him back there when they first had him, he would have lost another 10 yards. So nice job of just getting back close to the line of scrimmage. 2-yard loss, as you said, 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20. Lebanon looks like they're going to bring the heat here for McCarty. Tharp in motion across the formation. Low snap. They'll hand it to him. Carson running to his left. looking for a hole, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's another loss of 1 or 2, and Crawfordsville will have to kick it away. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in this first half.
Yeah. Boy, what started out promising. One bad handoff can set you back.
So Horton will drop back to kick it away again. Cameron Johnson back to return for Lebanon. This kick high, end over end. It'll chase him and bounce at about the 41. Takes a Lebanon bounce, goes out of bounds at around the 42. And with a minute 42 left in the first half, Lebanon will take possession from their own side of the field, leading 26-0.
At the 42. So, not a bad drive there. That may give Crawfordsville some positives that, hey, we can move the football against these guys. They just need to try to sustain the drive and put it in the end zone.
1st and 10 from the 42. Harker with a single back behind him, and now we'll have a timeout, Crawfordsville. Yeah. A second ran off the clock, so not quite sure. Not quite sure if the snap must not have happened, otherwise the timeout wouldn't have been granted.
Right,
so
exactly.
We'll see if they reset the clock or just let that second go.
I'm sure that may just let that second go.
It's 26-0. I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah.
Can see the homecoming court candidates getting ready. The Queen and Escort will be crowned tonight. Was informed it's the Queen and the Escort, not the Queen and the King.
Yes.
That was a new one for me. I've never seen that one before.
Yep.
Don't mind it myself.
Only queens in Crawfordsville. So no kings. So
hey, somebody's got to escort the queen. So could have been a knight though.
You're crowning the queen, aren't you?
Me? No.
Yes. No. Oh, okay.
No, not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
That'd be something they'd be dropping on me. That'd be a new one. So we'll be turning you over to the PA announcer for when that rolls around, because I'm not even sure who is.
Mr. Deontay Pete is the PA announcer here at Crawfordsville High School.
I was going to say I wasn't sure who the nominees are. Minute 41 on the clock, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line for Lebanon. Here's Harker back to throw. He's going to throw it deep. Rainbow's got a man open. Pass is caught at the 22 and wrapped up, taken out of bounds. Gonzalez on the coverage, trying to figure out who made the catch. I'm going to guess that was French on the grab. J.C. Reese, actually. There's the guy we were talking about earlier. Has a big catch last week and gets another one here. Big gain on the play. 8 yards gets him to the 50. 8 yards gets him to the 50. It looks like they're at the 15. So
at the 10, 1st and goal.
10, yep. So 48 yards, 1st and goal from the 10, a minute 34, and Lebanon looking to add to their lead with the first half winding down. Here's Harker. Out of the shotgun, takes a snap, he'll roll out to his left, drop steps, throws to the end zone, and that one is overshot out of bounds. Andrew Martin on the coverage.
Yep.
Good coverage by the Crawfordsville junior. Safety, 5'8", 126 pounds. So gives up a little bit of size, but doesn't matter if you can run the man out of bounds.
Right, exactly. I tell you what, Harker throws a nice football.
Yeah, he does.
That was that was a great touch pass right into Reese's hands and just let him streak down the sidelines. Just a nice pass.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a heck of a baseball player, as Coach Welliver will attest to.
2nd and goal from the 10. This time they'll play fake. Harker throws over the middle. Pass is tipped, and is it intercepted?
No, they're going to say it hit the ground.
They're going to say it hit the ground. My goodness, God. It was an effort. It was definitely an effort from Anthony Gonzalez on the ground. Trying to see who got the initial tip. Was it Weimer?
Yeah, Weimer got the initial tip. And tell you what, Gonzo almost made that catch and came up just a little bit short. If his fingers were about 3 inches longer, he might have been picked off in the end zone, give the Athenians the ball at the 20-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and goal now, a minute 21 left. Harker looking for that first passing touchdown, I believe.
He is. They've been all runs here so far.
Out of the shotgun.
Here's Yep.
He'll turn and give it to Cameron Johnson, and that is a touchdown, but we got a flag. It'll probably be coming back.
Yep.
Some laundry on the field around the 11-yard line, holding on Lebanon.
That is our first flag of the night, Josh.
It is.
It's crazy.
And it is a big one.
Yep.
Takes points off the board for the Tigers. Now with a minute 16, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line, I believe.
Give Johnson a 2-yard carry. So it's going to be from the. They're going to mark it from the
spot of the foul, and the flag was around the 9. So we'll see where they officially mark it.
So bring up 3rd and 8, 3rd and goal from the 18.
Yep.
So give Johnson a 2-yard carry, 10-yard mark off from that spot.
Park Heritage leading North Vermilion 14-12.
Wow.
Fountain Central up 21-9 over South Vermilion in their homecoming game. Harker back to throw. Scans and pump fakes. Now rolls out. Throws on the run. That's Johnson on the catch. Gets to the 5. Gets to the 2. Big hit out of bounds.
By Weimer.
Weimer knocks him out.
Weimer, yeah.
Weimer with the big hit, knocking the big back out of bounds. Cameron Johnson, we mentioned earlier, low center of gravity, 5'8", 180 pounds, and Weimer used every bit of 5'8", 187 to knock him out.
Exactly. Big 4th down play here, Josh.
Yep.
Minute 5 to go here right before halftime. Big 4th down play. Let's see what the Athenians can do here to dial it up.
Problem is, if you blitz too quickly, end up opening up some passing lanes for Harker if he chooses to throw it. A receiver to each side for the sophomore quarterback. 2 backs in the backfield. One of them is the quarterback Harker. They'll hand it to Johnson running forward.
He may not have got it. Oh,
he's in.
Boy,
he fell forward for the touchdown. Yep. 2 yards out. That's another touchdown for Cameron Johnson.
It's his 3rd of the night.
3 for him. A rush for Harker as well. And that makes 4 touchdowns on the night. Or no, they got 5.
Yeah, 5 rushing touchdowns.
5 rushing touchdowns. Is that 4 for Johnson then?
It's 3.
3 for Johnson, 1 for Harker.
And 1 for French, we think. Either French
or
yes.
Myers out to attempt the extra point. He kicked one into an Athenian helmet. He missed one wide left, and he's made all his other ones. Snap, hold, kick is good. 33-0 Lebanon. It's a minute and a second left before we head to halftime here at the Athenian complex. And Crawfordsville will have to start trying to crank it up offensively here if they want to salvage some stuff for the crowd to cheer about for homecoming.
Yeah, five offensive touches for the Lebanon Tigers, 5 offensive touchdowns, all rushing, as you said. But the big play there was the 48-yard pass from Harker to Reese, all the way down to the Athenian 10-yard line on the first play. So, they don't give up that play. Maybe Lebanon settles for going into the half up 26-0. But you get a big chunk of yardage like that, you got to go ahead and try to get it in the end zone.
And the other biggest play of the bunch was the tipped pass that was nearly intercepted by Anthony Gonzalez.
Exactly.
And that one is, the effort's there. It's just unlucky on the tip, because if that goes through, it might have hit Gonzo right in the chest.
Right, exactly.
But you don't want to teach somebody not to go for the ball.
Right.
This kick hits the ground, and it'll be taken by Gonzalez. Now cuts towards the middle of the field and wrapped up at the 25, and that looks like where Crawfordsville will start this possession with 53.8 seconds left. And if you're the Athenians here, Lebanon still got 3 timeouts as well. They may want to salvage having the wind at their back, and they may just be okay with being up 33-0 at halftime.
Right, exactly.
You never know.
Right.
Guess it depends on how this first play goes. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 26. McCarty with a pair of receivers to his left. Latre in the backfield. Gets the offense set. Takes the snap and hands it. That's Latre running to his left. Finds a little gap and fights forward for a gain of about 1. Keeps the clock moving, and No timeout signaled by Lebanon.
I think if you're Lebanon, you're content going into the halftime.
I imagine.
You know.
Lebanon tied atop the Sagamore Conference with Western Boone. Both teams 4-0. Both teams looking to move to 5-0 tonight, and both teams will meet in the last game of the season. Correct. Here's McCarty, takes the snap. Looked like he wanted to hand it off, and Latre went to block, so he said, okay, I'll run with it, I guess.
Right.
And wrapped up at around the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play, and that'll be the final play of our first half. Lebanon leads 33-0. Crawfordsville's homecoming night. We'll turn you over to the public address announcer and keep an eye out on the homecoming court nominees coming down the track here shortly, as it'll be an extended halftime. So we'll be back with the second half for about 15 minutes as you're watching Crawfordsville football right here on the Athenian YouTube channel.
Welcome to Crawfordsville High School's 2018 homecoming. At this time, we'd like to introduce the class and honorary attendants, senior queen candidates, and their escorts. Freshman class attendant Alex Bannon, daughter of Jeff and Amanda Bannon, escorted by Evan Cheney, son of Rory and Heather Cheney. Sophomore class attendant Jaden Barber, daughter of Nick Barber and Shondell Server, escorted by Josh Hacker, son of Jay and Amy Hacker. Junior class attendant Demi Hawes, daughter of Darren and Tammy Hawes, escorted by Nick Walcott, son of Doug Walcott and Margaret Bryant. Honorary attendant Charlotte Perez, host family Jerry and Davis Sills, escorted by Eric Cifuentes, son of Paz Valenzuela. Senior class attendant and queen candidate Sarah Chalmers, daughter of Mike and Julie Chalmers, escorted by Parker Watt, son of Chris and Dawn Watt. Senior class attendant and queen candidate Cora Hutchinson, daughter of Brandon and Brooke Hutchinson, escorted by Riley Fife, son of Sean and Jennifer Fife. Senior class attendant and queen candidate Alyssa Myers, daughter of Ron and Rita Myers, escorted by Rodrigo Rojas Hawkmay, son of Rodrigo Rojas and Maria Hawkmay. Senior class attendant and queen candidate Mia Stadler, daughter of Marshall Stadler and Katie Swisher, escorted by Will Kellerman, son of Kevin and Holly Kellerman. The flowers in the homecoming court are just a few examples of what Milligan Flowers has to offer. Milligan Flowers is located on Main Street in downtown Crawfordsville. This year's homecoming queen will be crowned by Student Council President Taylor Hawes. Crawfordsville High School's 2018 homecoming queen is Sarah Chalmers.
if I can get
All right, welcome back to Crawfordsville High School for the tonight's homecoming. Homecoming queen was Sarah Chalmers. So the 2018 homecoming queen for Crawfordsville High School, Sarah Chalmers.
Escorted by Parker Watt.
Yes, exactly. Give you some stats here real quick in the first half. Lebanon dominating time of possession and yardage. They have 279 total yards, Josh, to the Athenians 21. Garrett Harker's 8 for 13 for 143 yards in the passing game.
And he didn't start throwing until halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, until the second quarter. A lot of that came on a 48-yard pass to J.R. Reese and a 45-yard pass to Michael Reese. So, 93 yards of it is to those two players right there in 2 plays.
Reese's pieces going on there.
Exactly. Cameron Johnson has 17 carries for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns. Harker, 1 carry for 19 yards, and we believe it was number 21.
It was, actually, I got that. It was Michael Reese. It was 33.
Oh, 33 that carried that in? Awesome.
Yep, that's been confirmed.
Okay. So, Michael Reese has 1 carry for 2 yards.
The Lebanon faithful to our left have just as much trouble with the numbers as we do, but they've been dealing with it a lot longer.
Exactly.
2 seasons of this they've been going.
Yeah, and then so for the Athenians, Kel McCarty's 0 for 2 in the passing game. Stephen Latray 7 carries for 21 yards. Kel McCarty 6 carries for 11 yards, and Carson Tharp 2 carries for negative 11 yards, which one of them was the negative 8-yard fumble. So. And the score here at the halftime says it all. 33-0 Lebanon. Here's a halftime score from Tri-West. North Montgomery actually leads the Bruins 12-3.
Nice. Wow. That's an interesting score. It's probably North getting 2 touchdowns, then missing 2 extra points, or going for 2 and failing on it. But it also sounds like 4 field goals. So.
Right, exactly. And Western Boone leads Southmont 19-7 at halftime.
That score is closer than I expected to be. I know Southmont will battle. They will. I got to see them at their homecoming, and they will certainly battle with the best of them.
Right, exactly.
They had a really, really good game with Danville in terms of.
They did. Danville had to score a touchdown. Danville got up, I believe, midway through the third quarter. Southmont battled back, got it to a 1-score game, and Danville had to score late to kind of put it out of reach. So, you're right. The Mounties don't back down from anybody, really. So, good football program down there by Dustin Hannum. He's kind of put together a nice little program down there.
I especially like talking with him after the game in terms of his comments and the way he was talking about it. He goes, "It's a 2-score game at the end of the night, but it didn't play like that."
Right,
and
exactly.
It's very similar to. I was talking with the tennis coaches at the tennis sectional yesterday, and I was talking with Park Heritage's coach about Crawfordsville in the first round. It was a 5-0 win for Park Heritage. He said, but it was the toughest 5-0 win we've ever had. He goes, I thought, halfway through it, I'm looking at the scores and going, we're done.
Right.
But most of those matches went to 3 sets. And then, of course, Park Heritage did win the sectional, so they will advance to the regional. North Montgomery's Jackson Plant and Matt Jackman will advance as a doubles team to the individual tournament.
They're undefeated.
They are undefeated this season.
That's what I thought.
Danville 55 and Frankfurt 0.
Duggar's keeping us abreast to score. Yeah, that's our opponent in 2 weeks. We travel to Frankfurt. Next Friday night will be senior night here at the Athenian Complex as the Tri-West Bruins, who are currently losing to North Montgomery 12-3, come to town. And, gone are the days of Chris Cole at head coach at Tri-West. And I forget the young man's name who's coached down there now, but he's a North Montgomery guy. But Tri-West,
And North got a nice momentum boost last week. Exactly. They had a 100-yard Kai Warren interception return for a touchdown.
Right.
So that certainly helps.
Right. And 7 takeaways, including 5 interceptions. So they were hitting on all cylinders last week, especially in the second half against the Athenians. And nice to see them carrying some momentum into Tri-West tonight.
And this Lebanon team will be back in the area next week because they play South.
Right.
So
yep.
That'll be a good game to watch if South can battle back against Western Boone, because right now Lebanon's a big fan of Southmont.
Exactly.
But next week, not so much.
Right, exactly. Yep. Coming up tomorrow for the Athenian cross-country team, Yeah, Lebanon-Webo last game of the year. So,
which if South can upset Webo, that just puts Lebanon in a really good position.
Exactly. And I think that game's at Lebanon this year. So,
yep.
But Athenian cross country will be in action tomorrow at Danville in the Sagamore Conference. I'm not sure if that's a match or what is that? What is that?
That's the conference meet. Yep.
Conference meet. So, which Crawfordsville girls and Crawfordsville boys should be the favorite in both.
Yes.
Madison Fry is definitely probably the top runner on the girls' side, and Riley Fife, and even Eli Widmer. He's challenged Riley a little bit this summer, this season for the Athenians. So, big matches for them. Sectional soccer starts next week for the boys and the girls. And volleyball starts in a week and a half or something like that. So,
yes, sir. We are back to action here in this kickoff taken by Anthony Gonzalez across the 30 to the 35-yard line in Crawfordsville, showing some life here in the second half to start off, down 33-0, and they'll start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And a good run back.
Yep, good run by Gonzo to get that up towards, give the Athenians some pretty good field position at the 35-yard line.
So here comes Cale McCarty. Got a half of football as the starting quarterback under his belt. Now we'll see what he does for some adjustments here for the Athenians as he'll line up with Andrew Martin and Anthony Gonzalez to his right.
Looks like Lebanon's going to take a timeout.
Interesting. I guess putting Andrew out there really threw them for a loop.
Exactly.
It's rare that the appearance of a 5'8", 126-pound wide receiver forces you to reevaluate some things and call a timeout. But you know what? If it works for them, it works. I mean, you can't argue with them. They're up 33-0.
Right. And it may be a situation where you went into the halftime and you came out with a little different set, different guys out on the field that and maybe in the wrong position. And but hey. Fortunately, he is one time out early. That's a good thing.
Jaron Bradford got the touchdown, the last touchdown for North. The 2-point conversion was no good. That score is still 12-3 as the Chargers defense doing an excellent job. Back to action here. Here's McCarty back to pass, rolling out to his right. Throws, pass is caught. Looks like Jesse Horton on the grab. Gets across the 45 and picks up a first down.
Nice job. Nice catching. Nice little pass there by McCarty to Horton.
So they send out Andrew Martin and Lebanon calls timeout and they come back with Jesse Horton. That is that's a load. Good luck.
Yeah, nice. That play would have worked earlier. That was the play would have worked earlier, but we were out of bounds. So nice job of the Athenian offense to come back and run that play again.
You switch out the 5'8", 126-pound Martin for 6'2", 198-pound Jesse Horton.
Exactly.
There's McCarty again out of the shotgun. He'll take it and run with it, and wrapped up immediately. A pack of Tigers at the line of scrimmage swallows them up. Also able to confirm the powder that you are seeing flying across the screen every once in a while. That is baby powder.
Okay. All right.
The Crawfordsville student section is coated in it. They're having a good time down there. They don't care what the score is. It's still homecoming night. They're going to have a blast.
Exactly.
And good for them to do so. 2nd down and 10 here from the Crawfordsville 46-yard line. Here's McCarty out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. In the slot there is Andrew Martin. McCarty back to throw. Looks towards Martin, and the pass a little bit behind. Good adjustment on the play by the junior to try to grab it, but to no avail. That'll fall incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Athenians.
Just a little bit behind Andrew there. If he throws it a little bit more out in front of him, Andrew can catch it, maybe get a couple more yards. But
expecting him to cut outside.
Right, exactly.
Could have been an option route for the receiver. You never know. Gonzalez and Martin to the right for McCarty on this play. Horton, the tight end, is in front of McCarty, and handoff will go to Latre. And I don't think that fooled the Tigers at all.
Yeah,
Lebanon right there.
Yeah, they were coming on the blitz on that hard. And so to bring up a 4th and 12 from the 44-yard line for Crawfordsville. Yeah, I mean, Lebanon was bringing every middle linebacker. I think it was, if you were playing Madden, it was bringing everybody.
Was the Engage 8 play?
Engage 8, yep. That's the only defense I know how to run when I play Madden. So
really, that game has devolved a little bit, in my opinion, because anytime I throw a pass in Madden anymore, there seems to be a linebacker who has a ability to jump 60 inches and intercept it.
Are we going for it here? Oh.
Crawfordsville ran up to the line as if they were going to, and then they're going to kick it away as
fielded at the 25-yard line. I'm not sure what number that is.
Well, he's got some space, so the speed of trying to kick it away quickly backfires. And then we got a flag coming in late, a couple flags coming in late here. Ball goes out of bounds at the Crawfordsville 45-yard line. Horton rushed up to the line, and then they booted it away really quickly.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to get... see what the flag is here. And
holding on Lebanon, so they're going to take it back.
Holding on Lebanon, and if the penalty is from the Crawfordsville 47, so that'll go 10 yards back, so it should be 1st and 10 at the Lebanon 43-yard line. We'll see how well I know the rules here.
Here's one stat I didn't mention, Josh.
Penalty yards.
Yeah, penalty yards.
Not many.
One penalty against Lebanon in the first half for 10 yards. That's it.
44. I was close.
Close.
It'll stay 1st and 10, however, because of the change of possession.
Yep, another hold penalty on Lebanon. So two penalties, 20 yards. No penalties, 0 yards for the Athenians. But the Athenians they average around 6, 7, 8 penalties a game. So
that's a positive.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the Lebanon 44-yard line, and here's Johnson running to his right, gets to midfield, cuts back, and gets the first down and more, fights to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 16 on the play.
He is so patient.
He really is. You can see the senior leadership out of the 5'8", 180-pound Cameron Johnson. Coming up on 9 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Josh Dillon, Scott Smith here on the call. So here's Harker in the shotgun. Johnson behind him. 2 receivers to his left and a solo man out to the right. If I had to be gun to my head, I'm saying that's Jacob Luganbiel because he's always been the solo man, but it doesn't matter because it's a handoff. Johnson gains 3 yards on the play, running to his right. And Weimer in there on the stop brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yep.
They'll give him 4.
Yep, good play by Weimer. Good open field tackle.
Yeah, the senior, 5'8", 187-pounder. And he is a sideline-to-sideline guy. He doesn't, in a high motor, they call them. He doesn't stop.
No. Weimer has one speed, all out.
Go.
That's it. Yep, all out.
Here's Harker. Hands it off Johnson, and McCarty gets into the backfield and spins him down.
Nice
At least
containment.
he was the first man to get there.
Yep, exactly.
As the Athenians swarmed to the ball.
That's the old meat of the football play. So nice job by McCarty getting in there. That'd be a loss of 2 for Johnson. Bring up 3rd and 8 at the 38-yard line for the Tigers. McCarty came in from his middle linebacker spot and just did a nice job of blowing that play out from the beginning.
Park Heritage 21, North Vermilion 18 at halftime.
Wow. Western Moon leads Southmont 19-7 at halftime.
Here's Harker. Back to throw. Fires immediately. Passes. Caught. That's Luganbiel running to his left. Gets to the 30. That should be enough for the first down. Is that quick slant?
Yeah. What are they going to do? They're going to give him the first down?
Judging by where the far side judge is standing, it is. And
no,
they spotted him short.
Yep.
So
7, give him a gain of 7. Bring up 4th and 1 from the Athenian 31-yard line. So Tigers 1 for 1 on 4th down plays. Had one in the second quarter, scored a touchdown. So we'll see what they do here.
Can't jump offside, but got to stay aggressive. Here's Johnson on 4th and 1. Gets the first down and more. Gets across the 20 to the 15. Spun down at the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Gain of 16 on the play on 4th and 1.
4th and 1 down all the way down to the 13-yard line. Give him a gain of 18.
Set up 1st and 10. So one more first down that the Tigers can get before getting into goal-to-go territory. Coming up on 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Sophomore quarterback Garrett Harker out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. The lone man to the left is Luganbeal. Takes the snap, and we have a flag. Looks like could be a legal motion, false start. One of those type of penalties, as it was French coming across the formation.
First and 15 from the 18.
Look, one of the big important things out of that Park Heritage North Vermilion game is Fountain Central plays both of those teams to end their season.
Right, exactly.
Including Park Heritage at home for the season finale.
Right.
Of course, Park Heritage, the new kid on the block. First year of that program. With the
coached by the old
Fountain Central
football coach. I can't remember his name, but
Coach Moore.
Coach Moore, that's it. Here's a handoff.
Here's Johnson. Ooh, good hit on the play.
Yep. Stephen Latre.
Yep. I was just looking down to catch the number on that one, and that was Latre able to get a hold of his ankles.
So give him a gain of 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 13.
Penalties will hurt you.
Yes, they will. You're in 4-down territory here, though. If you're the Tigers, up 33-0. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That's French motioning across the formation. Now 2 receivers to the left side for the sophomore signal caller. Now we got a flag, and whatever it was, Latre saw it because he was pointing at the line judge. So I'm guessing it's another false start as one of the linemen moved.
So 2nd and 18.
Difficult to catch who is in there on the line. Maybe Lebanon has sent in some of their second stringers to get some experience just in case of an injury.
Right.
Because, I mean, if you haven't had a false start in the entire first half and you have 2 on the first drive of the second half,
right,
usually that means there was a change somewhere.
Right, exactly.
2nd down and 18 from the 21-yard line. 4:40 left on the clock here in the third quarter. Here's Harker. Takes the snap and a little option pitch. There's Johnson running, gets the first down, battling forward. And inside the 2, it looks like. He'll be stopped. That'll be a first down and goal to go for the Tigers. I almost said the Wolves. We were talking about Park Heritage earlier.
Exactly. Yeah. Just a big run there by Johnson. He made it down. He was inside the 10-yard line before he was even touched. So good penetration by the Lebanon offensive line. Good blocking out here by the wide receivers. So
that's what we get for calling them out.
Right, exactly.
Call them out. You made 2 false starts on this drive. Come on, guys, and then they go ahead and rip off an 18-yard gain.
Exactly.
First and goal from the 3. 3 receivers to the left side here for Harker. Sophomore quarterback. 1 man to his right, takes the snap, hands it off. That's Johnson, and he is untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Lebanon. Will make it 39-0, pending the extra point here with 3:53 left in the third quarter. Trevor Myers has been pretty good so far in his kicks. Not perfect, but has been pretty good.
Yes, he has.
I got a fun story about kickers for you here in just a little bit. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. I'm watching the left judge, or the near side judge, and you must have been watching the far side one because I kept watching, and I'm like, okay, what's he going to do? Right. All right, it's good. Yeah. That makes it 40-0. Fun story about the kickers. My mother, big football fan back home. And she will rip kickers a new one for missing stuff. Uh-huh. Unless it's like 55 plus, then it's okay.
Right.
Especially if they miss an extra point. It is like, I mean, you get to hear her talk about it for like 3 weeks. They miss an extra point.
Even though they moved it back 15 yards?
Yep, even though they moved it back 15 yards.
Okay.
So, we went to her first game ever at Soldier Field because we're Bears fans.
Right.
And Robbie Gold was still there kicking for the Bears at the time. We were playing Detroit.
Ball State graduate.
Yep.
Robbie Gold.
It was January, of course, Soldier Field, so we were freezing to death. And the very first play we get into the stadium for, because we had to park, which took forever.
Right.
The very first play we get in there for is a field goal. It's 40 yards out. My mother looks at me and goes, "That's a long way." I said, "Yeah, it looks different when it's not on TV, right?"
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Back to action here, and it's a little squib kick. Horton's chasing after it. We'll see if he will slide down and fall on it at the 29-yard line of Crawfordsville. That's where the Athenians will take over. First down and 10, 3:52 remaining, and they trail 40-0 to Lebanon here on homecoming night.
Well, I tell you what, right now the clock is kind of our friend. Yours and my friend as far as our deadlines go. But
yes,
Athenians got to put something together here quick, or let's just get a sustained drive, move it down the field. We need to punch it in the end zone here, and give, as you mentioned, give the homecoming crowd something to cheer for. So
it's one of those situations where at this point there's nothing to lose anymore. I mean, barring a Lebanon meltdown, the decision's made. So now you just really execute your offense and see what you have for McCarty here. Speaking of, ball's on the ground. We'll see if Cale was able to fall on it. Looks like the junior was. Kind of a mixed-up play there. Looked like he was trying to hand it to Latre, and then Horton came in as well. And three men meeting at the football, and you mentioned the meet at the football play earlier.
Right.
It's not necessarily a good one to run on offense.
No. You want to do that on the defensive side of the football.
Tri-West scores, cuts the lead down to 12-9 with 9:52 remaining in the third quarter. That's going to be one to keep an eye on as we wind down.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sure this one will be over long before that one is here. So,
2nd and 15, McCarty out of the shotgun. Rolls out to his left, scans the field, throws against his body. Andrew Martin with a spectacular catch, reaching back.
Yep.
Fights across the 35, to the 36. Gain of 11 on the play, and my goodness, that was a rocket out of McCarty's hands.
And nice job by Andrew Martin to make an adjustment and catch that football. So give the Athenians 3rd and about 2 from the 37.
After a fumble on the opening play of the drive. So that's some good momentum. We'll see what McCarty can do here on 3rd and 2. 3 receivers to the right side for the junior quarterback with the tight end out to the left. Here's a pitch. That's looking for Latre. Latre getting to the outside, barrels over a defender across midfield and steps out of bounds at the 47.
Good hard run by Latre. Nice job. He was seeking contact on that one, it looked like. I mean, had a
gain of 16 on the play, sets up Crawfordsville 1st and 10 in Lebanon territory, and what a run by Stephen Latre.
Yep. Give him a gain of 16 on the play. Timeout Lebanon?
Timeout Lebanon.
Wow.
That was you get Crawfordsville back 2nd and 15 and give up a first down. That's probably one you're going to want to talk about as a defense and go, hey.
In 2 plays, exactly. Yep. Minute 52 to go here in the third quarter. We kind of talked a little bit earlier at halftime, coming out of halftime, about Athenians, other sports.
Yes.
As we mentioned, cross country is at Danville tomorrow for the Sagamore Conference meet. The boys open up Lebanon sectional against Western Boone.
Yes, Western Boone.
The Athenian girls Tri-West, is that right?
No, the Athenian girls played Danville because North Montgomery drew Tri-West in the opening round.
Okay.
And North Montgomery lost 4-3 to Tri-West in a nail-biter. And their head coach, Julie Hodges, was like, I want my rematch with Tri-West.
Yep. She
didn't want it in the opening round. She wanted it in the championship game.
Exactly.
And then, of course, the winner of that game between North Montgomery and Tri-West will play the winner of Danville-Crawfordsville. Here's Latre running forward, stays on his feet, fights across the 40, and falls forward close to a first down, and Stephen Latre is running like a man with some homecoming spirit right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Gain of about 9 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down and 1, and this is where, for Crawfordsville and Coach Gerald, this is where you can take a shot on 2nd and short.
Right, exactly. Your run game's getting some momentum here, so maybe it's time for a little play-action pass, see if you can hit something down the field. See if you can catch maybe Lebanon, peek it into the backfield here and try to get something over the top.
Here's McCarty out of the shotgun. Hands it off. Latre may as well just keep feeding him. He fights forward, gains the first down.
Down to the 24, so give him a gain of, or down to the 34, gain of 4. give the Athenians another first down.
My colleague Jeff Nelson sent him out to Fountain Central tonight for their homecoming. He said, it's another half-hour halftime for me.
Oh, Nelson loves halftime. He loves long halftimes. Don't let him kid you.
Oh, yeah. 1st and 10 from the 34. Clock winding down. This could be the final play of this third quarter. 2 receivers to the right side for the junior quarterback McCarty. Takes the snap, hands it off. Here's that reverse again, and this time it's Andrew Martin with McCarty blocking in front of him. And Jesse Horton there blocking as well, but it ends up being a loss of about 3 yards on the plays. Martin's run out of bounds, and that play didn't work the first time they ran it, and it certainly it worked better than it did the first time. Right. But the first time there was a fumble on the play.
Right,
so.
Exactly. All the way back to the 40, so that's a loss of 6.
2nd and 16 from the 40-yard line.
This is the Athenians' deepest drive into Lebanon territory in the game. So Martin must have ran out of bounds. 23.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
It'll be Martin and Gonzalez to the right side for McCarty. That's where he's rolling on this play. Throws on the run. Pass is caught by Gonzalez at the 29 and taken down at around the 27 for a gain of about 13.
Yep. Bring up 3rd and about 5.
And 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 4 will come probably, after they switch sides for the last 12 minutes of this one. 40-0 your score. Lebanon leads here in Crawfordsville's homecoming game. 12 minutes separating the two teams. Again, if you're just tuning in, Sarah Chalmers is your homecoming queen, escorted by Parker Watt for Crawfordsville. So congratulations to Sarah.
Yep. Sarah's a pretty good tennis player herself. So I think
so is Parker.
Yeah, Parker's decent as well. Yeah, Parker's a very good tennis player. So
the doubles, the mixed doubles, homecoming royalty.
Exactly. Oh.
Fountain Central's homecoming goes to Devin Warwick and Gretchen Ratcliffe.
King and Queen?
Yep.
All right.
And then, of course, North Montgomery's were Matt and Mary Jackman.
Right.
So congratulations to them. Then Southmont was Hunter Eisenberg and Lily Ward.
Okay. Good job. Very impressive.
That I remembered it, or that they...
No, that you remembered it. That's very good. Yep, I knew.
I took the photo, so I was there.
Okay, I knew Matt and Mary was there last week. Southmont has run 50 plays to Western Boone 7, but Western Boone leads 19-7 at the half. Wow, that's crazy. But you know, when they were here,
McCarty back to pass, throws to his right, pass is caught. Oh, knocked away. Andrew Martin went up. It looked like it might have hit him in the hands, and there's 3 defenders in the area. McCarty took a shot.
Yep.
And I mean, it was a good throw.
It was. It was a good little touch pass. Right where the offensive player could catch it. I mean, he threw it over 2 defenders. So nice throw by McCarty. 4th and 4 here for the Athenians. But if you remember when Western Boone was here, they didn't run many plays either. You know, I mean,
they score quickly.
Yes, they score very quickly.
They did that to North too.
Right. Yep.
4th and 4 from the 28. 11:53 left in the game. 3 receivers to the left side for the junior quarterback McCarty. Takes the snap, rolling out that way, throws on the run, looking for Horton, and a leaping catch
by Jesse. Good catch, Jess.
Fights to the 15-yard line. 13-yard gain on the play gives Crawfordsville first down and 10 from the 13, and the Athenians looking to put up a score here on homecoming night.
Good pass by McCarty. Nice catch by Horton. Gives the Athenians a first down at the 13. 10-yard gain.
Actually, they spotted him at the 19.
So. Did they really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So here's McCarty out of the shotgun, hands it off. That's Latre fighting forward, gets through a hole and stays on his feet. Falls close to the 10-yard line. The scoreboard says the ball was on the 23, but I think they're just a couple plays behind.
Gotcha.
Tackled at the 11 will bring up second down at about 2. So give him 8 yards on the play. And Jesse Horton, you talked about the athlete that he is, and he showed it there with a very nice leaping catch.
Very nice catch.
At the best time, too. Here's McCarty out of the shotgun. Latre on his left hip. They'll fake the handoff to Latre, and a couple men stayed back to handle the quarterback.
Probably a nice job on the keep on that by Cale, because if he hands that to Steven, I mean, they had him dialed up as well, so they probably would have lost a couple yards on that.
Drew Terrell on the tackle for.
Good carry, good catch, good read by McCarty. I'm sure the Terrell young man is related to the Terrell in the NFL, plays for Carolina Panthers from Lebanon. So, what is his name? Do you remember? The Terrell from Lebanon that plays in the NFL? Oh, is he retired now? Okay. Maybe it's his son. Maybe.
3rd and 2 from the 10. McCarty fakes the handoff, throws, got Gonzalez to the end zone, and he makes the catch for the touchdown! Anthony Gonzalez with a leaping, twisting grab out of the air at the highest point, showing off some of those basketball skills, going up, getting it for the rebound. And Crawfordsville has a touchdown with 10:03 remaining in the ballgame.
Yeah. And, you know, Josh, that just goes to show you what running the football can open up for your offense. You know, running the football well, running hard, set up a kind of over-the-top play there by the Athenians. Good catch by Anthony Gonzalez in the back of the end zone. Nice pass by Cale McCarty.
So here's Anthony Cook to kick the extra point out of the hold of McCarty. Snap is on line, hold is down, and the kick is blocked. Looks like that was Eli Fox breaking through for the block.
Right.
So 40-6 stays your score. 10:03 left on the clock here as Crawfordsville gets on the board on a very nice drive. Second game we've called together, second Anthony Gonzalez touchdown catch.
Exactly.
From different quarterbacks, though.
True. Yes. Western Boone 26, Southmont 7. Is that what he said?
That's what it sounded like. 26-7, Western Boone leads over Southmont.
Okay.
So Crawfordsville ready to kick it away. As Cook tees it up at the 40. Something else to keep in mind is they were able to adjust with the wind as they shifted sides on that drive.
That's true. So it's 12 plays, 71 yards. 5 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock on that Athenian scoring drive.
Crawfordsville's winning the fourth quarter.
So Anthony Gonzalez kicking off here for the Athenians.
I think that's still Cook.
Oh, is that Cook? Oh, sorry,
Yep,
you're right.
31. And that is a kick. Wow. Pushes him all the way back to the 5 where he'll take it. Gets to the 15, gets to the 20. And able to break out of one hit, running down the sideline and pushed out of bounds.
That's going to be that'll be the Athenians' first penalty of the game. Personal foul.
Late hit.
Late hit.
If I had to guess, I'd say that was Trevor Winkles on the return. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Don't admit that out loud.
Nah, self-depreciating humor is the way to go.
That's true.
Now the question is do we see Garrett Harker out there at quarterback? Looks like we do not. Hunter Crew, a 6'4", 190-pound freshman.
Wow.
In playing quarterback. So the personal foul, we'll see where they finally spot the ball, is it'll go into Crawfordsville territory after that big return. Tack on 15 yards, 1st and 10 from the Athenian 48-yard line, and here's Crew. First snap is low, and he'll have to scoop it up and run with it. And he's able to turn what should have been a possible turnover into a 4-yard gain. That's not a bad way to start.
No.
Although I'm sure he would have rather had any other snap than that one, probably, to start his day.
Schrader was all over it, but he just didn't make the tackle. So
it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 45, coming up on 9 minutes left in the ball game. 3 receivers to the right side for Crew. That was a funky-looking handoff, but he's able to get it to the back and fighting forward. I'd have to imagine that's not Cameron Johnson anymore. Just got to spot who it is, but he fights forward for a gain of about 3. Zane Larson in there as a receiver, but I don't believe he was the man carrying the football. Trevor Winkles is the running back now.
Trevor Winkles?
Trevor Winkles, number 25. 5'10", 180-pound freshman.
Getting the end, too.
Here's Crew out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the give, and now he'll run with it. And looked like that was Horton trying to bring him down, but he fights across for the first down, gets to the 35-yard line, gain of 7 on the play. Check that. That was Schroeder.
Yep.
Got his hands up in a very dangerous area where usually you see horse collar fouls.
Easily been a horse collar call. Yeah, he was.
But he got his hand back out of there.
He was up high.
Under 8 minutes to play. Lebanon leading 40-6. We are in mop-up time here.
Keep the clock running here. 7:45 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Crew out of the shotgun. Athenians showing blitz. Fake the handoff. Fumble on the ground. Loose ball and scooped up by Crawfordsville at the 49-yard line.
Who was that?
Jesse Horton.
Yep.
And Crew just doesn't look comfortable back there in terms of handing the ball off. And I think one of the issues, if you look at this, Trevor Winkles is 5'10", Hunter Crew's 6'4". When he takes that snap and he wants to hand it off into the belly of Crew, if Crew's going low,
right,
or not Crew, if Winkles is going low and lowering his center of gravity, Crew's going to drop down a good 6 or 7 inches to try to hand the ball off.
Right, exactly.
So Crawfordsville will take over 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Here's McCarty out of the shotgun. Coming across the formation is Martin. Fakes the handoff. McCarty back to throw. Shrugs off one rusher, now trying to get loose and wrapped up, taken down, and tackled on the play by Nick Finney, who is listed, that can't be right, listed at 5 foot 180.
5 foot 180?
5 foot.
No.
I don't think so. I think I'd be able to spot it. Well, I mean, I might be able to spot him right now if he was 5 feet tall. He'd stand out.
Yes.
If he's not standing right behind somebody. So I'm gonna say he's 5'6".
See the guy in the middle? See the middle linebacker? The Mike? Yep.
Well, I definitely think he's taller than 5 feet.
Yeah, I do too.
2nd and 13. Here's Latre running forward. Tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and he's taken down there by the Tigers. 6.5 left to play here in the ballgame. Crawfordsville last time out had a very extended drive that ended in a touchdown pass from Cale McCarty to Anthony Gonzalez. So the Athenians would love to put some more points on the board here for homecoming night.
Yep, trying to capitalize on the first Lebanon Tiger turnover. 6:07 to go here.
3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side for McCarty. Tigers, looks like they're going to show pressure up the middle. They come on the blitz. McCarty on the run, throws, pass is caught, and fighting across the first down and more.
That's Jesse Horton again.
Horton again. Stepped out of bounds. We'll see where they spot him. Looks like
at the 41.
Yep, 41-yard line. So give him 12 on the play. Brings up 1st and 10 in Lebanon territory. Now, it looks like they said he stepped out of bounds, but the clock is still running. 5.5 left. McCarty, 2 receivers to the left. Back to throw, looking to his left, fires, and the pass is caught. Hooking lateral. Andrew Martin will take it for a touchdown. Gonzalez caught it. Little two-handed touch pass. And the hook and lateral on homecoming night yields a 41-yard touchdown.
The old hook and ladder.
My goodness gracious, we've seen it all tonight. And I saw a fist bump there by Coach Gerald saying, hey, you know what, we're going to have some fun.
Right. You know what? You may not win your homecoming football game, but you'll remember that.
You will remember that.
You'll remember that play.
Here's Cook on the extra point. Kick is up. If I had to guess, it's good.
Yep.
5:14 left in the ball game.
4 play, 53 yards. 2 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock.
Now, if I recall correctly, that technically counts as a rushing touchdown?
I don't know.
I believe it does.
You know who would know that question?
Who would know that question? Nelson.
Jeff Nelson.
Nelson would know the answer to that question.
He would.
Because, I mean, it was a catch and then a lateral at that point. I believe it's a rush at that point once it's pitched back. But I don't know for sure. Because it's certainly not a reception for a touchdown because he didn't catch the pass.
Right. So maybe it's a 5-yard catch and then a 36-yard run. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I know what you're saying. I don't know if it's right, but it sounds good.
I don't either.
I know it's a touchdown for Andrew Martin. I know that. By virtue of Anthony Gonzalez. And that was a well-timed lateral, too, because he was getting hit as he got rid of that ball.
Exactly.
That could have been a disaster if he got hit right at the wrong time. So here's Cook to kick it away. I imagine Winkles is back there to return on the far side. Don't know who it is on the near side. On the approach, here's the kick. High, end over end. Will chase him all the way back to the 5, and it goes off his hands. It's loose in the end zone. And that's a touchback.
Wow.
He never had possession of it, so it's good. Ball hit off his hands, and then it went in the end zone, so he never actually established possession of it. So now, if Crawfordsville could have gotten to the loose ball, that would have been a touchdown. But the ball didn't stay loose for long. He just went and took a knee on it, and that is a touchback. Now, if he'd have caught it and fumbled it, that would have been a whole different story. But 40-13 your score. Lebanon leading. 5:12 remaining. The Tigers fumbled it on their last drive on a missed handoff between Hunter Crew and Trevor Winkles. So we'll see what the Tigers can do here offensively as the clock continues to wind down. We're under 5 minutes to play. Crew out of the shotgun. Back to throw, and he'll fire to his right. That is incomplete. Ruled immediately by the line judge. Coming out saying that is an incomplete pass. Winkles, the intended receiver, on the little wheel route.
Oh, they're going. Wow. No, they called it. What'd they call it?
I mean, yeah, he ruled it incomplete, but yeah, there we go. Now they're going back.
Okay. Well, I was about to say.
I was going to say, that was a pretty definitive ruling, and it looked like it was a forward pass to me.
Right,
so
exactly.
2nd and 10 now from the 20. 2 receivers to the left side for Crew. It's a snap. This time he'll give it to Winkles, running wide to the right side, cuts back and makes a man miss, and then lowers his shoulder into an Athenian. Gain of about 4 on the play, maybe 5, and that'll bring up 3rd down. I feel like when I'm saying Crew at quarterback, I feel like I'm the commentator from The Longest Yard. Which was Chris Berman in the most recent movie. I don't know who it was in the original.
I don't either. I'm not either.
Paul Motley Crew. This time around, it's Hunter Crew, not Paul Crew. Though probably similar build, 6'4", 190. I think that was kind of
pretty close.
I mean, Adam Sandler was a close 6. I guess you could say he probably wasn't 6'4", 190, but
no, I don't believe so.
No. There's Crew out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off. There's
good job by the Athenian defense.
Winkles running forward, goes into all the Athenian. No gain on the play. We'll bring up 4th down, and we may see our very first Lebanon punt of the night.
Wow. Yeah, they're going to go for it.
They're going to show us they can have fun, too.
Western Boone leads Southmont 33-7. Danville leads Frankfort 62-0.
62-0.
62-0, yeah.
Well, I picked Danville to win this week, so.
33-7 Western Boone over Southmont.
time of possession in that game would not show that result.
No, it would not.
They are lined up to punt. And that's not a very good snap. So now rugby-style kick on the run, and it goes up and out of bounds to the sideline, and that was right in the direction of Cam Saunders, it looks like.
Yeah. Saunders and Peyton Suter both stayed down there on the sidelines.
Cam stuck his arm out. Suter almost made the grab, but now with 3:10 remaining, Crawfordsville will take over. 1st and 10. It's like in Lebanon territory at the 46.
This is their best starting field position of the night. Athenians send the varsity back out on the field.
It's homecoming night. Crawfordsville got their touchdown last time on the hook and ladder. Got a flea flicker in the future here, maybe?
Yes, we'll see.
May as well.
Exactly, why not?
2 receivers on the left side for McCarty. He'll motion across the formation, and now that snap goes onto the ground as coming across was Michael Hanover, moving left to right.
Yep, that's a 5-yard loss.
The snap kind of hit him in the foot. So, mistimed snap. So with 2:45 remaining, Crawfordsville back in their own territory at their own 49. 2.5 minutes left to play here.
I don't know about you, but I say keep that clock running.
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
He was technically down when he went down to get the ball.
Right. Yep.
So out of the shotgun, Horton on the right hip of McCarty. McCarty takes the snap, and there's Latre running right, gets a burst of speed across the 40, barrels forward to the 35, gains the first down.
Gain of 16 yards by Latre.
Yep. That's been the cleanest hole I think Latre has gotten to run through all season.
Yeah, exactly. Nice job, nice push by the offensive line. So, first down Crawfordsville at the 35.
Herman Cervantes coming out of the game real quick and having a chat with Coach Gerald. And he loves his offensive line.
He does.
He's an offensive line guy.
Yes, he is.
Coming up on 1.5 minutes left. Here's McCarty out of the shotgun. He'll motion Martin across. And they'll fake the handoff to Martin. McCarty will dive forward, gets to about the 31.
Hey, I know that center out there on that last play.
You do?
Yeah.
You know him pretty well?
That's my little boy. Yeah.
5'8", 230 pounds?
That's probably pretty close. Yeah. Probably pretty close. So.
Corbin Smith in there wearing the former number of Bear center Olin Cruz.
I did not know that.
Olin was a monster. They'll fake the handoff to Martin again on the motion across, and McCarty this time wrapped up in the backfield and taken down. Under 1 minute left now as we come up on 45 seconds left, and if Crawfordsville wants to put another set of points up on the board, they're going to have to put it in the air right about now.
Yes.
Barring using timeouts, but I don't think they'll do that down 40-13. It is homecoming night, though, so you never know.
You never know. We never thought we'd see the old hook and ladder.
No, when I saw him running back, when I saw him cut underneath, I saw it coming,
right.
But I didn't think it was coming. You never look for it.
Right.
So here's McCarty, pitches it to Latre, running to his right, cuts back, gets to around the 30, trying to fight forward for the first down, and my goodness gracious, Stephen Latre gets close to the first down. If he didn't get it,
looks like that's going to be the last play of the game.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
So your final score tonight, Lebanon wins it 40-13 on homecoming night, but the Athenians certainly put up an entertaining fourth quarter, outscoring Lebanon 13-0 in the final quarter. So,
exactly.
That's something you can write home about. That's a good showing for Crawfordsville. Certainly an entertaining couple of catches from Anthony Gonzalez and a nice touchdown run for Andrew Martin. Gives Crawfordsville a fun homecoming night. And good to see the team shaking hands at midfield here. It's the good sportsmanship, always good to see. And that's it for your finals. So, Scott, what do you think?
You know what? We talk about it a lot. That the Athenians played pretty well in the fourth quarter. Let's hope we can take some momentum into the Tri-West game, who actually just is trailing North Montgomery 16-12 and late in the fourth quarter. So maybe the Athenians could take some momentum from this one into Tri-West next week, which will be senior night here at the Athenian Complex, and So, for Kel McCarty's first game, offense struggled a little bit to start with, which maybe kind of thought, but, kind of caught their stride in the second half, put two good scoring drives together, and we're actually moving the ball here at the end as well. So,
and you know what? A couple throws that we don't talk about, or that we didn't mention, he had a really nice throw to Andrew Martin in the corner of the end zone that was nearly caught for a touchdown. That was a very nice throw. The throw to Anthony Gonzalez was picture perfect.
Exactly.
On both occasions that got touchdowns.
Right.
And so, the ability and the talent is definitely there, and there's 2 games left. Crawfordsville will host Tri-West, as you mentioned, next week, and then round out the season with a game at Frankfurt. So, for my partner Scott Smith, I'm Josh Dillon signing off. You've been watching Crawfordsville High School football right here on the Athenians YouTube channel.